Welcome to Finpod, your daily financial digest. I am your host, Evan, and today we are breaking down the pre-market moves you need to know. Finpod is brought to you by Fintwit.ai, your go-to platform for real-time trading signals from X and expert stock recommendations. Let's get right into it. The biggest story this morning is INTU. Shares are down significantly, roughly 16% in pre-market trading. This follows the company's announcement that it is cutting 17% of its workforce, or about 3,000 employees, as part of a major restructuring effort. While they did report some better-than-expected earnings, the market is clearly rattled by the scale of the layoffs and concerns about a slowdown in revenue growth as the firm tries to pivot toward AI integration. Moving to the energy and infrastructure side, T1 Energy is up nearly 3%. The stock has been on a wild ride this week, caught between short seller allegations and strong support from institutional investors like the Situational Awareness Fund, which recently built a major stake. Investors are watching closely to see if the company can secure financing for its new facility in Austin. Also catching a lot of attention is Inflection, which is surging over 21%. This move is tied to news that the company is set to receive $100 million in government funding as part of a $2 billion quantum computing grant package from the Commerce Department. Finally, Applied Digital is up about 9%, continuing its momentum after announcing a massive 15-year data center lease with a major hyperscaler, valued at over $7 billion in potential revenue. Looking at the broader market, U.S. futures are slightly lower this morning. The main catalyst is renewed geopolitical tension in the Middle East, specifically reports that Iran's leadership is hardening its stance on uranium enrichment, which has pushed oil prices higher and dampened some of the enthusiasm we saw yesterday. Investors are also keeping a close eye on Treasury yields, which remain elevated as the market digests recent Fed commentary regarding potential rate hikes later this year. In the AI economy, the focus remains on infrastructure. We are seeing a major push toward quantum computing, as evidenced by the government grants for companies like IBM and Inflection. Meanwhile, Microsoft and EY announced a $1 billion initiative to scale enterprise AI, showing that the corporate race to deploy agentic AI is far from over. In terms of individual stocks in focus, keep an eye on IBM, which is surging following that $1 billion quantum grant. Also, watch for movement in companies like D-Wave Quantum and Rigetti Computing, which are rallying in sympathy with the broader quantum sector news. For earnings today, we have a busy morning. Walmart reported results, and shares are down about 3% as the retail giant issued a weaker-than-expected outlook, citing supply chain costs. We also have Deere and NetEase reporting before the open, and keep your eyes peeled for ROST stores, Take-Two, Workday, and Zoom, which are all slated to report after the closing bell. That is a wrap for today's pre-market breakdown. We covered the software sector shakeup at INTU, the quantum computing surge, and the geopolitical pressures weighing on the markets. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below if there's a specific stock or sector you want me to cover tomorrow. And remember, for stock recommendations, visit Fintwit.ai. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.